Yo, what's up, Eco Ninja here. This is my 3000 GT. I have a lifted tap right now just because I haven't started in a year and a half to 2 years, but this thing sounds vicious. It's got a track-only exhaust. And I just found out why I was getting a fuel starvation issue. My fuel pump ground connector was corroded over because I had removed my fuel pump hatch for weight reduction, and so now I have to get a new one. But I'll rev it a little bit. I want to take it easy on this engine just because that tap's still there, but sadly, I can't take this car out because I don't have an inspection for it, as well as I'm also running into a fuel pump, or a steering pump issue, so hopefully I just need some fluid. So I'm going to check that, and hopefully I can get some pictures of it in the daylight for you guys. Alright, see you. So the car has got a very, very low center of gravity. This does have an extra body kit on it. I'm turning it into a wide body car, and I have the rear quarter panels in there, and then the front fenders in the back. This car came with 17-inch alloy rims that were 3-spoke. But I upgraded these to 19s. This car came with this single spoiler that was stock, which a lot of people didn't like, but I always thought it was iconic. And I'll actually remove the second spoiler because I don't have it mounted yet. And look, that's a brand new paint job, but look how dirty it got sitting under cover. That's how much I've been neglecting this car. But I found this very iconic, and and then I fabricated this Lamborghini Fastback, and I think it looks very nice with the wing, how it kind of frames it, interacts with it, and of course these do scoop air and add a little bit more downforce, but also some drag on the car, which I'm actually okay with because I like stopping quickly or quicker. So I don't mind having some drag with my downforce. This car handles beautifully. It's got 4-wheel steering, even though it's the front-wheel drive car. And because of that, it's a lot lighter, and therefore faster on highway runs. So I'm turning this into like a highway drag racing car. Because it's top speed, it can just like cruise, and it's like a front-wheel drive manual transmission car, so it's just so simple. I replaced the air filter. I vacuum formed this adapter. All you need to do is measure the inlet of that, and then get a 3-inch cylinder, and then put actually duct tape. This is duct tape on top of the thing I vacuum formed, but I'll probably whip that out in another video. But yeah, I vacuum formed that. If you have a vacuum former, you can make a couple copies of them and sell them for like 15 bucks each. I only did one, but it was very easy, and I still have the mold for it. So if you have a vacuum former, that adapter can fit on a lot of other cars. Why this car is so fast, it's a V6 giving it power, as well as a dual overhead cam giving it power. It's 24 valves, 6 cylinders, and it develops close to 300 horsepower with only 3 liters, so it's almost so efficient, I like to consider it a hybrid. I've been toying with the idea of turning this into a hybrid, and also putting a flame kit on the back for reasons I'll get into later. And that would be sick to have a hybrid car spit flames and sound as good as this car. And yes, I will be starting this car up. Spikes on the back. I love these taillights. They came painted along with this fender paint job and hood paint job when I got the car. I painted the rear wing black. Sorry I didn't clean in front of it. I was like cleaning with so little water. I was feeling so bad for this paint. But this paint is kind of beat and worn, but I think it just goes with like the Japanese street racer. The Japanese street racer aspect of it, how like they don't have to be perfect. I forget, I think it's like Roku or something, but it's a Japanese theory of like natural beauty and destruction, and that's why like you see all these like zip tied on fenders and stuff. I don't know, I think that's dope. So that's kind of what I'm going with this car. It's going to be Monster logos and Japanese symbols in lime green. And I think I'm going to do the wide body fender flares in green, and they're huge. I took them off another Stealth, so I can seriously tack on 4 inches. And I'm going to try to make it a removable wide body kit, which is pretty interesting. And you can see here, I do this to a lot of my cars because the geometry matches up with fenders from the same car. So like you can see, I just put one fender on from the 1 year on top of the fender from the previous year. So that's like a 93 on top of a 95. These side panels are missing, and I like it that way because it brings the inside of the car, it like kind of pinches it and gives it this like really broad thing, and yet it still doesn't look like something that you could actually step on. So I think that came out beautifully. Right now there are not even wheel spacers on this car. And so I might get a 1.5 or a 2-inch wheel spacer for the back, and probably like a 10 millimeters for the front if and when I put my wide body kit on this car. What else is inside the car? Short shift knob, which I love. This is the carpet that I took out that I don't know, I'm not really missing it right now, so that's good. And it's a lot easier to clean without it. This piece up here, I'll take this out for your entertainment. Oh, I did just clean this car kind of haphazardly today. But this car does not have heated windshield wipers, but yeah. And that's a piece of plastic I found on the side of the road unmodified, and I just painted it black for right now. But oh, and also these are flipped up to force air onto the windshield, giving it more downforce. I actually saw a guy at the gas station do that back in my high school years, and I always thought that was really badass. But you do lose your rear viewing, and therefore it's illegal. But I mean, if you're on a drag strip, don't forget to tuck them in. Also, I didn't really do anything of the structural removal of this hood. Not yet, at least. Partly because the previous owner put these intake, and then these are exit vents. And this is cool because he used the structure to kind of scoop the air up and out. And so if you have a 95, I think that 95 hoods definitely do it. Also, I have these hood pins that came from the previous owner, and you can kind of see in there, there's actually like 3 layers of metal, so I might do a weight reduction on this hood. Keep in mind, if you do that, a hood is a big crumple zone, so you're taking away safety from your car if you do that, but you are saving a lot of weight. Sorry, I did have the hood over here, but here's a hood that is from a Honda Insight. This is actually the center part. It's not bonded yet and not supported, but basically you can see how I'm gonna crimp these out, and if you follow this line, you actually see that this line intersects with this line, and that means this part of the hood will dive underneath my current hood. So it'll kind of be like a GT40 style, where there's a scoop coming out and then another scoop coming out, letting air out over here, and that way I won't need to use this, and I can use that for another car or something. The Monster logo is so sweet. I love it. It has the rule of 3s. It's lime green, and for some reason, like, I've seen green and red on so many cars and it looks so tacky, but like this car is very scary looking and intimidating, so it just like kind of works for it. I don't know. I am rocking a 3-seater because there's no center back seat, and I like this the shape of the seat, so I might not convert it to a racing seat, even though I do have the racing seats to go in this. Just see that Monster logo on there. It's pretty shiny. I like that. I have a stage 2 weight reduction on this car, and I want to take this dash out because this dash is very, very heavy. I found out from removing one from my parts car, and so that would make it a stage 3 weight reduction. However, then you might want to put it in a roll cage, because once again, the safety aspects are any amount of metal is going to be more safe. But as you can see, I took out the carpeting, a lot of the plastics. Apparently this passed inspection before with how I had this wiring assembly, literally just like held together by zip ties and supported by zip ties. Fuse box, you can see I already removed this lower panel, and that in itself was like 5 pounds, and it's like, why, you know? This actually broke, so now I'm just gonna make a sweet little pull handle for it, kind of give it a cooler user interaction than the stock lever. I do like these levers though, how slim they are. The stereo, I haven't had one in this car. Alright, it never came with one, but I might get one. I guess once I get this car back on the road, that's when I'll get a stereo for it. I think it used to work like intermittently, so I just took it out because that was like 5 pounds. And also the air conditioning didn't work, but I didn't really mind it because it was a convertible. But I should charge that to see if it works. If it doesn't work, rip it out and save another like 50 pounds or something. Alright, I guess I'll end the video here. I hope you enjoyed this car, because this is like one of my most favorite cars. Alright, thank you for watching Drift Ninja TV. Stay tuned for more awesome videos. Thanks.